What's going on, everybody? This is your world's famous wrestling podcast, the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast. And we back again for another episode, guys. This is your boy, the ace that runs the place, one half of the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast, the podcast Maharaja. Now, I know you guys are wondering, is the franchise here with me? And yes, the franchise is here with me. Now, this episode was supposed to come out a while ago. This is the Wrestlemania 38 review of WrestleMania. Now, we had both predicted that Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, acknowledge him, God mode, all these great things, show up and win, smash him, stack him, pin him, was going to beat Brock Lesnar and become the unified WWE Universal Champion. Right? We all agreed on that. Me and the franchise both agreed on that. Now, I'd like to introduce the franchise, the man that really embodies Roman Reigns, God mode. Franchise, take us away.
I told y'all.
I don't know if y'all can hear him.
This was going to happen. I told y'all that he was going to smash Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
I told y'all that this Roman Reigns Legends Tour was going to continue. And he did what I thought he was going to do. So did
I did. Oh, don't look at me with that.
So did.
Don't look at me with this guy.
So did you.
Yes.
He is I am him. It is the franchise, also known as the podcast Tribal Chief. The head of the table.
Can we get a bag? You need help? You good?
Why be a king when you could be a god?
All right. Don't look, I swear, don't look at me. Don't turn there and look at me with that. Oh, man. So, franchise, how you feeling right now? How you feeling? Obviously, you're feeling good. You're feeling good. You can take your mask off. I know it's hot. I know you sweltering in there. You was probably about seconds away from passing out, so I'm glad you took your mask off. You was probably seconds away from falling out, so I'm glad that you took
Slightly.
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 It's a lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
Yeah.
A lot of gold.
A lot of winning.
A lot. Listen. I told y'all he was going to do this. He brought home. This was already here. This was already home.
I was already there.
Then he brought this one. I got to fucking
There you go.
Yeah.
Get yourself together.
And he brought this one. Okay? So now he has
That's a cool shot.
both.
Yeah, look at that.
Both of these
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah.
Okay?
Big W's.
But we know.
Big W's. Big
we
W's.
know that it's this belt right here that counts. It is the unified, universal heavyweight champion. You know him. Roman Reigns.
Are you good?
I'm doing great.
I feel like you should. I feel like you got more. I feel like you got more on your chest about that. There's so much. I feel like there's so much more you can say about that.
There is.
Yeah.
There's so much more.
Yeah.
Like God mode.
Yes.
Greatness on a different level. Like when the man said it, he spoke it into existence.
Yes.
Okay? This was a spoiler. Okay?
Yes. This is real life shit.
This is some real, like, do y'all understand the greatness that this man has possessed? The greatest in this generation. Brandon, I told you this was going to happen. You actually thought that Brock Lesnar was going.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because you know Brock Lesnar brought that. Brock Lesnar put in that work.
He did.
Brock Lesnar puts in that work.
He put in the work.
Yes.
He put in the work.
Yes.
But this is God that we're talking about.
All right, but Brock's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. A beast versus a guy, but we already know like a God is higher than the beast. But Brock Lesnar is a godly beast. And we know that man puts in work. So you know what I mean. There was a possibility that Brock could have won that. Could have won this.
Shout out to my man Clarence. He was at the live event.
Oh, WrestleMania?
He was at the live event on this past Sunday.
Okay. In Syracuse.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
This is where we're taping this on Monday.
Yes.
Actually, Raw is actually here tonight.
In Buffalo tonight.
And meanwhile, we are here giving y'all this.
Y'all don't let him trick y'all in that when he said that.
Yeah,
because he did really want to go. He didn't want to go to Raw, so don't let him trick you.
Don't
let him trick you on
I
that
really
one.
didn't.
And I low key like when I talked about it, that I forgot about it. So by the time I forgot about it, I lost all that passion to even want to go. So I was just like, I'm good.
And it's Raw. It's 3 hours.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. I'm
damn
good.
near 4 hours.
Damn near 4, because it's gonna start at like 7.
Right. Because you're gonna have main event, and then you're gonna have a dark match.
Right.
Oh,
and then the dark match after that. Yeah, so you could be there for a good like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot of wrestling.
I go to SmackDown.
Yeah, I go to SmackDown.
I'd
much rather go to SmackDown.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie though. I just feel like SmackDown is the best. It's the better show. The better brand.
SmackDown is the A show.
Right. It's the A show because of what? Because of who?
Roman fucking Reigns.
Right. And there's only one line.
What? You see it. You see it. You see it. Bloodline. Bloodline. There's only one. Day one. Throw your ones up in the air. Everyone that is watching this video right now, and if you are listening to the audio, I want y'all, one time for the one time, put your ones up in the air. Put them up in the air.
Yeah.
I do it, but I can't because I'm holding all this.
He holding his belts. He not letting them go.
I'm not.
He not letting them go. He not putting them down because he's just like, nah, man, I'm doing this because I wanted to do this. I've been waiting to do this. We had to postpone and
We've
and
had
wait
to
and all this other stuff.
We've had to postpone. This was actually supposed to be a solo, but through the grace of God, our God, Roman Reigns. I'm not meaning that Roman Reigns is really God. That is a disclaimer. Right. But God said, you know what?
Some people feel that way. Some people feel that way.
They
so
do.
yeah.
But God said, you know what? Mm-hmm. Here you go. I'm gonna open up this window for you. Mm-hmm. And I was able to, we was able to get this done.
Maybe Roman here.
Roman is here. I know Roman's here because Roman was in Syracuse. So he's gonna be.
You gotta come. That's a quick trip. That's a quick trip to Buffalo. That ain't nothing.
Right.
2 hours.
He probably sits. He probably sitting in his office chilling. With Paul.
Nice hotel.
Right.
Chilling,
Paul.
Good eats. Got some Russells or something like that. Buffalo food. Get some wings. What kind of wing you think Roman is a flats or a drums man?
Oh man. I was gonna say drums. I was gonna say drums.
But I would be, either way, the Trouble Chief can never go wrong. Whatever side of wings he wants. Never won.
Never could.
Never. Right. So, are you good now? You feel better? You all right? You straight? Now, franchise, I gotta ask you this: you got both of these belts, and now they gonna come out with another belt. To show the unification belt. It's probably gonna look the same like one of these. It's probably gonna be but a different color. Maybe there's a possibility. Do you want to get the unified belt when it come out? See, you just good because you got what you got.
I kind of want to talk about that because I don't think that they're going to like make a new belt. I don't. Because to be honest with you, I know that, our tribal chief has both these belts, and there's reports saying that he's not losing the belt anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
But if he was to lose one, it'll be this one.
So it's still going to be a brand split.
I just, and we going to get into this because, we got to talk about Cody.
Yeah.
And me and my brother have talked about this. I think you and him talked about it too. I'm not sure because, you told me a few times that y'all have spoken about a lot. But I feel though as if Cody
is going to win a title.
It's going to win a title. And
you feel like this is going to be the title?
Yes. Yes. I think the side bitch is going to,
Listen. Unfortunately, this has been the side bitch for a long time.
It has been.
It has been the side bitch.
Because everybody knows.
Even low key, when Big Gold was there, Big Gold was the championship, and this became the side bitch. Like, sad but true.
Sad but true. So
kick this one to the side, and it was like,
yeah.
But I think it's like the unified, undisputed, the universal champion. I feel like you kind of just might as well just keep going with this belt,
right?
That's kind of like it's already got universal champion on there, stuff like that. So in this different color, you know what I mean. So I don't know what much you can do.
I don't know because like I was thinking about that, and I was looking at him, and I was kind of just like,
it got to look different. To me, it got to be a completely different design for me to be like, yo, I'm gonna try to get that joint. Because remember when the undisputed title came out, it was a whole totally different design. You like, yo, I like that belt and I want that belt.
That's my favorite belt.
Yeah, that's your favorite belt. So like, you kind of gotta have something different. I feel like they're not gonna go back to the traditional looking titles like how they used to be or whatever like that. I feel like WWE is kind of like they want I call it's WWE versus everybody.
Yeah, I think because I know a lot of people have been saying that they don't like the designs of these belts, whatever. But I'm like, it's more the brand. Like it's the W.
Yeah.
That's what sells it. That's what
sticks out.
Yeah. So obviously you want to keep it where it looks like something like this.
Yeah.
And I like the belt. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like the way this belt is designed.
Right.
Is it in my top 5?
Right.
No. Top 10, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and it's like because the spinner belt I hated. I hated the spinner belt for the longest.
The only spinner belt I like was Rated R belt.
Right. But that was still the same belt though. It was the same belt, but it just had the edge.
I just liked it because it was different. It was the edges joint.
Yeah.
So
I said if anything, they should have like I told you. I think I told you this before. They should have a custom Roman belt.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I mean? So like with the 2 R's, with his logo, boom.
Which was funny because I was trying. Like I was going to get the plate.
Yeah,
but they don't have the Roman plates anymore.
And they probably sold them shits out.
Yeah, I think them shits are sold out.
Yeah, them shits sold out. And they probably take and with COVID and everything, like they probably take a minute to make new ones.
The place that they do have, I was thinking about it. They do still have the Rock plates.
Right.
So I was thinking about getting that.
Boy,
because
that's
obviously
boy,
that's my boy and that's my birthday twin.
Zodiac sign.
Yeah, so I was thinking about doing that. But if those Roman plates come out.
What about the Finn Balor? That's your man too. That was your man. You gave up on Finn?
I didn't give up on Finn. But I'm not gonna put plates on Finn's plates on a belt that he will never see again.
What about Triple H? Triple H retired. Get the Triple H belt. I mean plates.
I think I would just get plates just to get them.
Just to have them. Just kind of like a.
It's like like hey, like I can easily at any moment put these plates on them.
Right. But it got them as like kind of like a collection, whatever, like that, like a whatever.
Yeah.
Like would you get Big E belt joint? Big E plates?
Probably. Yeah. I'll probably get the Big E plates. I don't think they had Kofi plates. But
Yeah.
So
then it kind of sucks. I know the NXT plays you can't. They're like square.
yeah,
So those ain't gonna fit on those.
yeah. Speaking of, did you see the new NXT?
Yeah,
belts?
I don't like it.
I don't. It's weird because like I knew they were gonna change the belt, but I didn't know they were gonna like just change. Just
add
put
color to it. Yeah, you know. Cause I was talking to my friend about it last night because we was talking about belts, and he got the United States belt, and that shit look crazy.
The new one,
yeah. Okay. And I was like, yeah, I knew at some point NXT was going to change the titles, but I didn't. I was like, I'm wondering when they're gonna change the title. I was like, I know it's gonna happen because it's 2.0, but the color thing, I was like, nah, man, I ain't feeling that. The color part, I thought they was just gonna change the belt designs and stuff like that because I feel like that NXT belt was the black and gold era. It was like that more of that era. Now it's the new era, so now they got to change the belt or whatever like that.
laziness.
Yeah,
That's what I think it was. I think it was laziness. I think they just got to the point where they was like, you know what, we don't want to put in enough work and time to try to design this whole new belt.
right.
Let's just throw color on there. Let's just put
throw
those
some color on there and stuff like that. I hope they don't sell that. Like going to WWE
They
shop
will.
and they gonna start selling
It
that
will.
shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
It
on
will.
that.
It will. Because what they'll do, they'll probably say like NXT 2.0, you know, but then you'll still have the NXT
The old belt.
20, like I think it was 2017.
Awesome, bro. You might as well try to get that real quick before they might get rid of that shit, bro. You better hurry up.
Listen, the minute I see that shit is like on the cheap,
Right. You getting
the replica.
replica, not the commemorative. You get you like
Because I mean, I could have got the commemorative one anytime. Because
that's like 150. That's like 150 or something like that. So
I'll just have to,
yeah. So I don't know. What was your So we saw WrestleMania 38. What was your thoughts on WrestleMania 38?
Oh man, I enjoyed it. You know, between night 1 and night 2, I will go with night 2. I think night 2 was a little bit better.
Night 1 wasn't bad. Night 1 really, honestly, wasn't that bad.
Neither nights were bad for me.
Right.
Like in comparison, I know a few people compared it to last year's. You know, if we are going to do that, night 2 smoked night 2 last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Because night 2 started on a shittier with Bray versus Randy.
Right.
So,
but you think he was like, yeah, we going for it on that one, but they didn't like that ending and they fucked that up. Like they
really
fucked that ending up,
they fucked it up, and then I think that they didn't know obviously what was gonna happen with Bray. We didn't they was just like, oh, they don't have an idea where this story's gonna go. You kind of eliminate that, and now you had the Alexa Bliss situation. You didn't really know what was going on with that, so it kind of left everybody kind of wondering, and a lot of fans even said the same thing. They was like, what the fuck? But I enjoy, overall, I enjoy Mania. I think, obviously, to me, and I think you may be in agreement, I think match of the card was Rollins, Cody.
Yep. I thought Austin Theory, Pat McAfee.
That was a
good match.
That was a steal.
That was a steal. Bianca Becky was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
Okay, no. It was a good match, but I would say that the Ronda Charlotte match was completely trash.
Right.
Like I was disappointed in it.
Right.
Because I felt like I felt as if that match just didn't do justice to that story.
Right.
But then again, that story was completely trash because they're acting like Charlotte never tapped before.
Right, which is still going with that narrative, which I still don't understand why they're going with that.
In the same time that they were pushing this narrative that Charlotte never tapped. They had a Sasha vignette, and they showed her tapping.
Right. Oscar made her tap. Sasha made her tap. So
No, but it's just in a matter of you going with this narrative, but in the same time, you're showing these vignettes of Sasha Banks, and what is she doing when she's showing the highlights of her and Charlotte?
Her and Charlotte making her.
She's making her tap.
Right.
You know? So I didn't like that. I mean, speedy recovery to Rick.
Oh, Boogs. Yeah,
Rick
Boogs.
Boogs.
Yeah, that was sad. See that happen.
Because I really think that threw a monkey wrench in that match.
You know, in that match, and they're playing with Shinsuke Nakamura. So they're talking about he's going to be written off for a few months.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have nothing for him. And I think they're, sorry to cut you off, like, and they're kind of like waiting for Roman. I think Roman's hurt. I think Roman's legit I think he's a little hurt. Well, so I think he's going to heal up. Kind of like give him a time to heal up a little bit.
Well, he was in a match.
At Syracuse.
Yeah.
Well, who was he in the match with?
I want to say Drew. Because my phone's over there. But because my boy took photos, and he has a video shot of, I want to say it's Roman and Drew outside, like kind of having a little.
Okay.
So, and Roman, before when he was in Erie, I think he was in Erie, that promo that he cut that everybody's like been plastering all over the place because he went out for character. He cut a babyface promo, but he told everybody don't show this, like don't post it. But everybody's been posting it.
Everybody's gonna post it, right?
It's been all over the place. But and a lot of people are kind of like curious about that, like what? But I'm like, because if you think about it, I think Roman now is understanding where Undertaker came from. Like if you watch the Last Ride documentary, and when like the first episode when they showed Roman walking up to Undertaker in the hotel, and he's like, dude, you going, like, what are you doing? Like, you don't believe in kayfabe anymore type of thing. And Roman was like joking, like, ha, ha, ha. But now that I think Roman understands, like, now that he is the big dog of the yard now, I think he realized, okay, this is my position now. I have to say, like, this character is, I cannot show anything other than the tribal chief.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So, we were off on a tangent, so.
Yeah, we was talking about WrestleMania.
But
oh yeah, and I'll say like we was talking about the Boogs. You said Boogs.
Oh yeah, Boogs, because we was talking about Nakamura and everything.
Nakamura.
I mean, I just loved the whole WrestleMania weekend. The two people that need their flowers, whatever you want to refer to it, Kevin Owens
Sami Zayn.
and Sami Zayn.
Yes.
Because those two right there, for them to do exactly what, like, we both kind of was like, we didn't want to see Sammy, you know,
Johnny Knoxville
stuff and Stone Cold and
how's
Kevin
that
Owens.
gonna look? Yeah, you know, Stone Cold hasn't wrestled in years.
But to see them to take this and just kill it.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Owens being able to do this, and I didn't understand the meaning and how much this meant to Kevin Owens. Because when you think about it, like, Kevin Owens has main evented. He main evented WrestleMania.
Right.
You know, and he did it with someone that he idolized.
Right.
You know, and when I really sat back and I watched it again and I just really paid attention to it, I was like, I'm not even upset about this. Like, congrats to Kevin Owens.
Right.
And Sami Zayn, it's just, that match was good.
It was a good match.
You know?
It was a good match.
But the moment of that match was the hand.
Oh, the big hand smacking him?
Do you know why?
He said that was Mae Young and Mark Henry's.
Mark Henry was like, My son, he tweeted something like, my son made it to WrestleMania, something like
Right.
that. And it's just like, you had to be there. It was one of those, like, you had to be there.
Right. That's one
At
of them
that time.
Them taglines. You know, WWE was good for them taglines for a minute. So that would have been one of those good taglines. But I also want to say, like, the Wee Man slamming Sami Zayn. And I was, like, listening to Sami Zayn's interview on Out of Character. He was just talking about he's on, like you say, Roman's on God mode. He's on a different level. He's performing at a different level. Sami Zayn was like, I'm performing at a different level. He said, I think this is the best Sami Zayn that I ever, you know what I mean? Like, that I've ever had. So I'm like, I agree with him. So I think Sami Zayn is most definitely on a different level in the WWE and the company. But overall, yeah, my thoughts on WrestleMania 38, I thought it was a good match. And that made me, I thought it was a great pay-per-view. I thought night one was good, better than expected, because, you know, usually we thought looking at the card that night one was going to be terrible, going to be trash compared to night two. I remember I kind of sent you a little message I said Bianca being 2-0 at WrestleMania, had two quality matches better than Roman in the last 2 years. You was like, oh, don't do it. But I'm like, you gotta really think about it. You really gotta give Bianca her fair share, dude. She's really
I knew what you were trying to do when you were saying this, okay? And you were doing this because I'm a fan of both, right?
Yeah.
And I think you were trying to have me try to pick. Like, like you gotta admit something. But let's be honest, okay?
Right.
Let's be honest.
I like to throw a little.
Yes.
Little
Bianca made history.
Or her and Sasha.
Twice.
Right.
Because she was the first. Her and Sasha were the first two women of color to main event WrestleMania. Applause for that.
Right.
And I'm not like bullshit applause like that. That is a commend. That is a salute. We talked about this last year. Then this year she makes history again for being, the first woman to win back-to-back titles. Yeah. Like win both
at WrestleMania.
At Mania.
Yeah. And her run after she lost to Becky at SummerSlam to go on a run that Bianca went on a run to get back in position to win the title.
But Roman Reigns.
Charles. Franchise, my bad. I want real name. I want government. Dog.
But Roman Reigns stacked Daniel Bryan and Edge on top of each other.
That was disrespectful. That was mad. But
he said,
okay.
He said, I'm going to I'm going to smash him, stack him, pin him.
But question, quality of the matches. Sasha Banks and Bianca versus we know Daniel Bryan wasn't supposed to be in that match.
Right.
So, quality of that match. You cannot tell me that Sasha Banks and Bianca quality. Watching the match was a better match.
Quality.
Than Roman Edge, Daniel Bryan.
Quality.
Tell me that match wasn't better than that. Than Roman's match.
I will give that. I will say that match,
Sasha and Bianca,
yes, was better than the triple threat match.
Okay.
But if you're telling me that Bianca versus Becky was better than Brock versus Roman.
It was up there.
Even with the botched finish or whatever you want to refer to it as, the controversial finish that everybody's like, something happened, whatever the case may be. That match between Brock and Roman was better.
Big time. You gotta think about big time Becky Lynch record. She had a great, she had a good run.
And I think I said this. I think I wrote this. I said that Bianca versus Sasha was better than Bianca versus Becky.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel though as if Bianca and Becky does not have the chemistry that
her and Sasha
have.
Bruh, I hear you on that. But I think Bianca, listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Roman Reigns. Don't give me no salty, whatever like that. Bro, Bianca to go in to win the first one. And the second, they showed a picture of when she won the first one compared to when she won the second one. And you see the expression on her face. The first one, she's like, I can't believe I won it. To the second one, was like, you damn right I was gonna win that one.
Well, yeah.
Like, she got that level of confidence now that was like, it's like that of Romans and whatever like that. And I'm like, Bianca it's just like her talent in the ring, what she can do in the ring, you know, her mic skills, everything, like I said, and her run after she lost the title to Becky at SummerSlam. Her run after that was an impressive run. And I believe she won the Royal Rumble twice. Then she won both Royal Rumbles.
Ronda won. Ronda won last.
Ronda won the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ronda
Bianca won the Elimination Chamber.
Bianca won the Elimination. Okay, my bad. But that and what she did to Doudrop, having that stuff
like her and Doudrop have better chemistry than Becky and Bianca.
Okay, I give you that.
It's just like
I think Ronda and Nia Jax had better chemistry than Ronda and Charlotte. Ronda made Nia Jax. She had great matches with Nia Jax.
But okay, here's the difference in my take on that. Ronda is at that time. Ronda was a tweener, right? She was a tweener.
Yeah.
Against Charlotte now, she's a clean babyface.
Right.
She's trash.
She's trash
as a clean babyface.
Yes.
So,
but I'm talking about chemistry as far as like in the ring. I'm talking about in the ring. Her and Nia Jax chemistry in the ring was I think it was a little bit better.
If you give Charlotte and Ronda the reins to do what they want to do, like if you let them just go at it like they did at Survivor Series that one year, arguably gonna be one of the matches of the year. If you just put that in there.
I think anything Bianca to touch right now is gold. I think right now, anything Bianca touch right now, she's the hottest female. She's the hottest female wrestler in the game right now. Anything she touched, turns to gold. And you can't say she already beat Bayley. She already squashed Bayley. So you can't say that. You can't say that. You can bring Bayley into this because she beat Bayley. She beat Sasha, and the only person she got to beat Charlotte. She beat Becky.
She has to beat Charlotte.
And she has to beat Charlotte to run through the horsewomen.
Yeah. But
and there's nobody else on that roster that's really messing with her. Like, well, I get Rhea. You got Rhea.
And that's what you got to see. Like, I think what's going to happen is, and this is a good part, segue, is we did talk about this off mic.
Script, yeah.
That, because you were telling me you would give me the card for tonight at Raw.
From what I saw, the card from what I saw tonight.
It's supposed to be the women's tag team titles on the line.
Sasha versus Rhea. Living Nightmare, I think they call themselves. We
already seen the chinks in the armor for Rhea and Liv. There's been reports that Rhea
is going
to turn on Liv.
Yes.
But she's going to join
Edge's group.
Edge's new...
Oh, I heard this thing. Yeah, a lot of people ain't feeling this Edge group. They're not feeling it already.
Why?
Because he said this is a wannabe House of Black.
No, this is what I think. This is what I think.
House of Black. This is what I
think. First off, fuck you fans, right? Yes, I'm a fan and I'm saying fuck y'all. This is why I say this. You cannot be upset that this might have been the vision that Vince wanted for Aleister Black. This might have been it.
No, I think no. I think Aleister Black had something way cool. The Dark Father was way better.
No, but listen.
Better.
No, but listen. This is what I'm saying.
Just from the sample that we got.
But think about this. Okay? House Father, right?
The Dark Father.
Dark Father, right? What if the Dark Father was somebody that Aleister Black was like talking to, right? Because that's apparently what it was, right?
Now he was I think so. It was supposed to be like his father, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if it was Edge? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. What if it was Edge? What if it was Edge?
Oh shit.
What if it was Edge?
Dude.
What if Edge was to be the Dark Father? What if in the long run that's what they were going for?
Nah, I don't like it. But he wanted to, at that time, Edge wasn't even that character. Edge wasn't even that character. Then he had Bray Wyatt, because remember Aleister Black said he wanted Bray and The Undertaker and all these other people. Long term. No. You know what? That should show you that Aleister Black is way cooler than Edge.
But see, you're not like, people are, I think because people are looking at it like, they're looking at that, then you see the Brody King fucking tweet when he tweeted like,
you got House of Black on Wish, or something like that.
Like you see that, and we all know that once an AEW person turns around, yes, God damn it, this is about to be a fucking AEW versus WWE conversation. But you know, the very second that somebody from AEW comes out and says something, here comes a fucking AEW army led by you sitting there, turning around, going like waving the AEW flag, like, yeah, fuck WWE.
Haven't I supported?
Yes,
haven't I been supporting WWE?
You have.
How dare you? I've been supporting WWE for the last few weeks. I've been out here showing my love and support, giving Vince McMahon my all. How dare you? But you Mr. Flaky, you flaky too. With WWE, you be all, I wave the flag, I can't support this, I can't support you sitting there doing all this other stuff like that. But I'm sitting here in the trenches with Vince. I'm like, I'm gonna support you, Vince. I'm gonna ride with you, and I'm gonna give you fans something to think about and something to ponder about when he make these decisions. I'm with you. I'll be with you, Vince.
So if the long plan was that Edge would have been,
well, he shouldn't have got rid of Aleister Black then.
No, I'm just, what if that was the ideal plan? You know, Vince ain't gonna give the whole thing. He's just like, all right, step by step, this is what's gonna happen. Because in the long run, it's gonna pay off.
Dude, this ain't better than Aleister Black though, bro.
But we don't.
You should have got rid of Aleister Black then.
But we don't know what.
But you should have got rid of Aleister. Why did you get rid of Aleister Black if this is what you gonna do? But you give us this whack version.
But we don't know what's happening. We're not giving it a chance. Ain't that what you tell me? Don't you tell me? Don't you tell me give AEW a chance?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You tell me to do that.
But you just took your shot. You just took shots.
I did take a shot because they took a shot.
Wait, just because they took a shot, that mean you ain't gotta say that.
I gotta fire one back.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
Because you cannot sit there and not take this and just be happy with it. First off, I love Edge as a heel.
Okay, hold on.
I love Edge as a heel.
Guys. I'm sorry.
And then you got Edge being like, I feel like Edge is paying respect and paying homage to a few things. I think he's going back to the Brood, and then he's doing like a Ministry of Darkness.
Yes.
So you're paying respect to the two entities that help make Edge who he is.
Okay, I can respect that. Now listen, I do agree that we got to give it a chance, but the look of the house, like how House of Black, especially when Aleister Black, because remember it was just Aleister Black for the longest, and then he started adding other people to the mix. Aleister was killing it. Aleister Black was killing. That was what Aleister Black wanted to do. We got a sample of that a little bit when he was doing his vignettes. And he was supposed to feud with Big E and all this other stuff like that. So we got a sample of that. And I was like, okay, this looks awesome. Did WWE cut him for whatever reason? And now you're going to give this to Edge. And like I said, now Edge has put his switch. So it's like a Brood, like I said, Ministry of Darkness type of look. And then you have Damian Priest, when he went back to his kind of alluded back to his old name, Punishment Martinez or something like that. So You have that. You're gonna add Rhea Ripley to the mix, and I like that.
The Nightmare.
I like that. The Nightmare. So I like the additions to the team that he's having, and I believe there's one more person I think he should add. I can't think of the person's name.
They claimed it was gonna be Ciampa.
Yeah, Ciampa. I like that. I like having Ciampa on there. Then you got this group. So now Edge doesn't really even have to wrestle like that. He can just kind of like lay the cut, kind of being this manager. Whatever.
He could be like how Undertaker was in the Ministry of Darkness.
Right. So he could do that.
You know?
And you got to give it time. You give a guy time to marinate. But at the beginning, when people look at it, they're like, oh, this is the House of Black
because
on crack.
Because the fans are just like,
I'll say this: the fans are never happy with nothing.
They're not.
But the fans are never. I saw fans. I know we're going all over the place. We ain't really got an outline for this episode, y'all. So we just kind of like just winging this shit. So, the fans were complaining about Adam Hangman Page's title run, saying this. He said he has the worst title run in AEW champion and all this other stuff like that. And I was just kind of like, y'all not giving the man a chance. I'm like, y'all not happy with it. I said to me, myself personally, Jon Moxley had the worst run. I'm like, you can only, Dean Ambrose as a champion, you can only take so much of Dean at some point until you get tired of Dean Ambrose. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho was the first champion, carried the company for a few months. Jon Moxley won it. And I think after Jon Moxley, Kenny won it. Mm-hmm. And Kenny won the title, and Kenny carried the company for that time, especially I think that was during the pandemic. So Kenny had that run for a minute, and now it's Hangman Adam Page. You had long-term storytelling with that, something that you don't think AEW has, but AEW has. They have long-term storytelling, and Adam Hangman Page won the title. Now, a lot of people thought that Daniel Bryan was gonna beat him for the title. Adam beat him. Hangman beat Adam Cole. He beat Lance Archer, I believe his name. And he was the first person, well, not the first person, the second person to beat Kenny Omega. So he's had like some decent, he had great matches and stuff like that. You got to give the man a chance.
So, this is a tangent. Who do you think's going to be the one?
To beat him for the title? Mm-hmm. I'm still kind of waiting on what to go see with MJF. I know Punk threw his name in the title. Now, Punk, if CM Punk goes heel, then I think CM Punk wants to win the title.
I have a dark horse.
In AEW.
Mm-hmm. Someone who has not been seen for a very long time.
Mira?
Yes.
I like that.
That is a dark horse.
I like that.
And I want to talk about AEW a little bit later because this is going to go into the whole Cody situation. But I just feel like they need to just give this Edge
thing
faction a shot.
Yeah, but like I said, like it's like we automatically, if you don't get it, I think if you don't get wrestling fans, like it's like that instant gratification. If you don't get it right then and there, people are not gonna give it a chance. But you gotta give. Like I said, like even with the name changes, I said, you know what? To me, it's a game. It's a game to me at this point. I feel like WWE just does this shit just to fuck with people.
It went from Raquel Gonzalez to
Raquel Rodriguez, and which I thought was kind of like, that's kind of weird because what is she? Because you got Roman 2 hours, Raquel Rodriguez 2 hours. So like, what if she wins the title? Is it gonna like how I don't think fans are gonna get confused, but some fans might be like, oh, it's 2 hours. Like it's 2 hours. She has to. He has to. Who is who? Like I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Who else? He said Austin Theory dropped Austin. He got Stone Cold Stunner so damn hard that he just took Austin out of his name.
Can we talk about that?
The Stunner?
Because have you?
The Vince?
No. We not going to talk about that. Was the worst Stone Cold Stunner I've ever seen.
I'm like, listen, man, Vince is old. He ain't got it like he used to though. But I thought it was funny. You just got, it's the worst, but it's like it's Stone Cold and it's Vince, man. What else, man?
It is. But what I'm saying is that how people said, and I think it was just going around like Twitter, and maybe on TikTok, that people were complaining that they didn't like how Austin Theory sold the Stunner, like he oversold the Stunner, and they was like, really? do y'all remember this? And then they showed Rock, Triple H, Jericho,
Scott Hall.
even more recent, Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods did damn near the same thing that Theory did.
Yeah.
And then no one talked about when he stunned Pat, and Pat fucking did the Triple H, spit the beer out, and just fell to the floor.
Right. Shit, fucking Braxton, Byron Saxton oversells it crazy like
But
that.
it's like when you get hit with the stunner, the whole purpose of it is to like kind of sell the shit out of it.
Right.
Cause it looks like damn, like think about it. When you really think about how the stunner's done, and when he drops you like this, it's like a ping pong. Boing.
Right.
Like you just
on top of that, you get kicked in your dick. You get kicked in. He kicks you dick. He kicked Brian. I keep on fucking his name up. What is it? Byron. Byron Saxton square in the dick. Gave him a stunner, and he's still like he's like doing all this stuff or whatever like that. And then like Austin Theory, like he's an athletic dude. You know what I mean? He got hops. You see how high he got up in the air for that? So I'm like, dude, and like the WWE is big on Theory, so having him there to get stunnered is like kind of like an honor. It's almost like a badge of honor. Like, yo, bro, we approve you. This is
you officially been baptized.
You've been baptized by the great Stone Cold Steve. What? You've been baptized by the great Stone Cold Steve Austin. So now he's good to go. Like he's gonna win the title today. So I believe he's gonna win the United States title today. So your boy.
Oh,
Jesus. Listen. Now Ciampa's there. What if Ciampa don't go there, but Ciampa and Finn Balor, or Finn Balor and AJ Styles become a team?
No, you know what? I would not mind seeing Finn a part of this faction with Edge.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
I know, but this is, and it will fit perfect.
Yeah, the Prince, the Demon Prince and stuff like that. So the Demon King or whatever. But you can go back to the Prince Finn Balor.
Right. Like I would not mind that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
See now you.
No,
you gotta give.
No. I'm not breathing like that. I'm breathing like that because
you're just like, oh, WWE not gonna give you what I want.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, but you know you're not gonna get what you want. But
I know they not gonna give me what I want.
Give me what I want. But you gotta take it. It is what it is. So you might as well just. Yo, this sounds crazy, but so you might as well enjoy it. They not gonna give you what you want. You gonna get what you gonna get.
They're not. But we gotta, we gotta accept it, take it how it is.
Yeah, move
forward.
Yes. Yeah.
See, we've come to an agreement.
We come to an agreement. Yeah, we don't come to an agreement on a lot of things, but we come to an agreement on that, especially. So you want to touch on kind of sounds crazy. You want to touch on Cody Rhodes?
Yes. Let's talk about
weird.
what is the line that Corey said? He went from
undesirable to undeniable.
Yes. Let's talk about Mr.
The American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare. The prodigal son has returned.
Yes.
And I was excited, we all knew that this was going to happen.
Yes.
But to see it, and I was listening to him because he's the latest one on out of character.
Out of character? Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Shit, I gotta check that out.
And he said, and I forgot his last WrestleMania was in Dallas. So for him to return, because he was talking about, he's like, yeah, everybody was thinking I was gonna come back in Jacksonville. He was like, that was never the case. He's like, because the one thing that I think he said this, he's like, and I'm sorry if I'm not correct, I'm not issuing this statement correctly, but I think he said something to the degree of he didn't want to do that because he knew what Jacksonville meant. Like what Jacksonville is the home of AEW. So he was like, I would never want to do something like that because it literally would be like a spin in the face. Like I feel though as if Cody leaving AEW has fucking Tony Khan losing his damn mind with the shit that he's just going on. Like he's going on this. It's like he's having a mental and I don't mean to say this like in that way, but I feel like he's having a mental breakdown with Cody leaving because of what you're seeing now. Now he's going the whole thing about the bots and, you know, all this shit. Like, you could just see that he's not taking him leaving well, you know. But Cody said, I never wanted to do that. Mania was the place to be because of that. Because my last Mania was in Dallas for the Intercontinental title. I think it was that ladder match. And just to see even the behind the scenes stuff, because I know there was a lot of people that were saying that Brandy wasn't going to show up or Brandy wasn't going to be a part of WWE. I don't know if she is going to be a part of it. I would love her to be a part of it.
Seth kind of teased something. Seth and Becky kind of teased like a couples match between. You know,
I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see that. The only person I want to see in a couples match is Miz. Like, when it comes to couples having feuds in WWE, the only people that need to do it is the it couple.
Right.
And I feel like, and this is something that I was originally, when I was mapping out everything I wanted to do for the Mania recap show, I wanted to talk about Cody. And I did want to talk about what I see Cody doing as his first big feud, which was with The Miz. I feel, though, as if it is, for some reason, I could just see him and Miz having a feud and it being one of the best feuds ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, because they're so to me, them two are so much like in the same realm, you know, and you could play off of so much.
Yeah.
Miz can be like, oh, you're just a wannabe knockoff version of me.
Or the Miz even talking about like when he was doing like when Cody was dropping like terms like title or whatever like that. He's like, no, it's champions.
Oh no, yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so Miz is kind of, you
but
know,
that was then. I'm talking about before they even did this. When I was like the night of Cody returning, I'm sitting there like, oh my god, like thinking of the stories.
But just think about how that, like him and Miz, the chemistry, how they could go. They could just play off and stuff like that. You know.
Then Miz can be like, you know, look at what you did. Like, everything that you're doing with your wife, I've already done 10 times over.
Right.
You know, like, I have my Miz and Mrs. show. Y'all had y'all show together. Right. But like that,
how did that do? And all
right. Like, you can really do like that. And then, you know, like WWE fans, the WWE universe never seen Brandy as a performer. Mm-hmm. They just seen her as a ring announcer. Right. So now if you introduce her and then you put her in a position where her Maurice go at it, you can build off of that, you know? And I think that would have been a good start for him. But I don't think that's obviously going to happen. You're talking about potentially Becky and him. I don't.
Yeah, I heard that, that situation. But I don't think Brandy in-ring stuff is like up there in part.
Right, and that's why I say Maurice, because Maurice will be more of a
on her level.
Yeah,
like, well, Maurice got it in before, but as far as like, yo, somebody like, listen, it would be more believable if Brandy beat Maurice than Brandy beating Becky Lynch. Like, yo, you go lose the Brandy Rhodes,
exactly.
Becky Lynch. Like, you supposed to be the man. You supposed to be the big time Bex and all this other stuff like that. The female Conor McGregor and all this other, and you go lose the Brandy Rhodes, like, nah, man.
So I see that, but it's something that me and my brother talked about. It's something that I think me and you kind of shortly talked about it a little bit. I think so, but it's the path of Cody. Mm-hmm. You know, we seen Cody cut his promo the night after Mania, and he spoke about the one thing that he wants to do is something that his father was unable to do, and that's win the title. I feel like that storyline would fit. Like, if you get him in the ring and you have him feud with Roman, one, they have history. Like, and then you think about it, because Corey Graves said it. Corey Graves is like, it's the battle of Dusty's boys. You have Dusty's protege going against Dusty's baby boy. Roman is also a protege of Dusty. And I can see that happening. I can see, even you get Paul Heyman involved in the storyline because, Paul is good with the...
Right.
And he's worked with Dusty. So you could he could get it. He could get into that bag. And I think that having Cody and Roman face off, and then Cody, like I said, Cody beating him for the heavyweight title, not the Universal, but him, if they do that. And then I was thinking about something else. This is going to lead into a bigger, matter of fact, booking time. Booking time. So if they don't, if they have both titles as one, right? Long-term booking. Cody faces Roman. Cody beats Roman, right? So now, and I heard this story. I heard this from a guy on TikTok I follow. He's a wrestling guy. I don't know his name off the top of my head, so I apologize. But he was like speaking on next year's WrestleMania, because if you pay attention to the Roman Reigns promo that he cut the Monday after, he was saying a lot of things that was like, you would have to really listen and catch a hold to what he's saying and listen to what Paul was saying, because they're using certain terms. I'm the biggest sports entertainer of all times. I'm the greatest sports entertainer of all times. I'm sports entertainer. And you got to think about who always used to refer to themselves as a sports entertainer. I'm the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. The Rock. Like we see these small little,
even on the show, the Young Rock.
Even on Young Rock, they dropped that little hint right there. But the biggest one was on the show on the WWE Network, Evo, where they talk about it's 8 episodes, and the last episode is Roman. And the last few seconds of that show, they're talking about the only person left for Roman to prove his greatness to is The Rock. Like, this means everything. If this Roman Reigns beats The Rock, he will go down as the greatest of all time. Not just in the wrestling world, but in his family.
Right.
So, this guy, like, I had a vision of something similar to this, but the way he told this story, fucking phenomenal.
Right.
So basically, he said, okay, so Roman loses the title. Roman loses the title. It sets the family in disarray, because they're like, wait a minute, you were supposed to be the guy. Like, you were supposed to be the one that's supposed to take our family to the next level. Now we're questioning it. He was like, you can even do some cinematic type of shit where you see them in Hawaii or wherever they're at. Right. And you see, like, he was like, you can even have like a fire and you have people like with the little joints, right? He was like, so you could do that. And he's like, and you could see the whole family, everyone, Alpha, Sika, the Usos being there, Tamina, Rikishi, Solo, all of them. Yeah. But the Usos is there defending Roman, because now all of them is like, yo, we don't know how to react. Like, we don't know how to. Is he really? You know,
did she call him by his actual name?
Is Joe? Is Joe really like? How do we do this?
Right.
Like, how does he redeem himself? And then you see his father, and the dude was like, you see his father standing, and his father makes a statement like, I don't know. And then you see him, and he turns, and the camera pans over, and you see Dwayne's mom sitting next to him, and he says, "Make the call." This is how he can redeem himself. Make the call, right. And then it ends with that. It ends on that cliffhanger, or you don't even hear him say "make the call." You just see the camera right to her, right. And he kind of looks at her, and it just ends like that. Cliffhanger. Wow. Oh my God. Fucking the world, the universe would just blow up. Leads up to Rock, Roman, Mania. Because as we all know, that's bigger than the title. Right. Which is, you rarely hear people say that a storyline is bigger than the title itself. But this is rooted because this is it. Like, we all know, like, the wrestling families, that Samoan family, that Samoan bloodline is deep.
Right.
And
yeah, I seen the family tree. I was remember the dude breaking it down, like showing the joint, like,
yeah,
it's a lot.
And then you can have The Rock, and this goes to what I say, then you can have The Rock saying, like, I'm the one. I'm the true chief. Like, I'm the true.
We go into the high chief area.
But see, I don't, and I said this in one of my old videos that I did. I don't think The Rock will ever say I'm the high chief, because, and even Roman doesn't refer to himself as the high chief, because that is a mantle that they respect that title for Peter Maravilla. Yeah. Like, they respect that, and they will never use that exact title. So The Rock would probably say, I'm not the high chief. I'm not the tribal chief. I'm the people's chief, right? So right. I guarantee you, that's gonna be on the t-shirt.
Right.
Guarantee
the
you.
people's chief, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Rock gonna come out.
But you think Rock's gonna say high chief? He's gonna mention high chief.
He's gonna mention it, okay. But he's gonna say, like, you know, you're not the high chief. I'm not the high chief, because we all know the high chief is, we can never amount to that. To that level. And Roman can even say something in a degree to be like, I'm better than the high chief. I'm bigger than the high chief. And then that's going to piss Rock off, because that's his grandfather. Right. So you're saying that you're bigger than my grandfather. Right. And you can pull from this. And the one thing I know is Vince loves the Samoan families. Right. And I think you get Vince, you get Rock, you get Roman, you get Paul,
the Usos.
You just get everyone. And the funniest thing I've seen was somebody said, this is when the Usos turn on Roman and look at him and say, I did it for The Rock. I was like, that, like, he was like, you got Jimmy, Jay, and Rikishi, and they all look at each other and be like, we did it for The Rock. Like, I was like, yo,
I still like Jay go. I still feel like Jay got to get his get back on Roman.
I can see it, but
that was the best. Let's be real though, that was Roman's best storyline,
and that's why I think him and Rock is going to, because it's family.
I know it's family, but boy, that Jay, that was a great feud, man.
That's because Jay and them are damn near like triplets.
Yeah,
you know, so that's how close they are,
like brothers.
And then you look at Rock's like the OG. You know, and even my brother was saying, like, they should do some shit, like make it like a cinematic movie type of match. Which I've already said, like, I can envision it.
But if it's at WrestleMania, it's gonna be in LA. It's gonna be LA in the rain. Because like cinematic, it's gonna be in like Hawaii somewhere. With the people with the
no,
and they gonna be doing woo da da woo da da woo da da woo. They gonna be doing all that stuff, like,
no, but you can even, because it's at SoFi. So what you can really do is you could really like make it into some type of event. It's a 2-night event. So you could legitimately say, like, we're shutting it off. We got the screen right there, and just make it. You can do something like that.
You gotta have it in the ring though. It's gotta be. You ain't gonna.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, wishful thinking.
Charles. Okay, so you didn't. Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, wishful thinking. You think about this, but as a fan, if you was at SoFi Stadium and you did not see that motherfucking match live, you had to watch that shit on the fucking TV.
I would be upset.
You would be pissed. You would be pissed. I spent all this money to come to LA.
Right.
You like, fucking Kobe ain't here. I'm like, my Lakers is trash. You know what I'm saying? They out here robbing and stealing in LA. I'm risking life and limb for y'all to have this fucking match on a screen. I gotta watch with everybody else. With an empty ass ring. Probably got Saxton in the ring. Just look stupid. Like, now, hell no.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying.
Hell no.
I'm just saying this is me thinking like outside the box. This is me thinking outside the box.
Right.
I would love for it to be happy because I mean, come on now, the fucking Roman theme music hit. He come out, you know.
And we never seen The Rock. You know how they got like the little 3D joint? What The Rock? The Rock gonna be like a Brahma bull or something like that.
His shit probably would be the Brahma bull. Probably the new one that he got.
Right.
That no, not the old Brahma bull.
Oh, you
but
talking about the
new
new shit?
one?
No, that motherfucker, that looks scary. Yeah, that shit out there in the sky. You gonna be like, Diablo.
But I really see that Cody, going back to the Cody situation, I see that Cody is destined for a title run.
Okay.
You know, and I think that that's going to happen. I just think that it all depends on how they're doing, like what the hell they're doing with these titles.
Yeah.
You know, because I know they say unified, but as I've said before, I think that if you unify the belts, you're going to now prevent certain people that we want to see win the title not be able to get a title shot.
But they said like Roman's holding the title for.
I know, but that's why I'm.
But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I said that is true. But now you put more emphasis on the mid card titles. That like the Intercontinental title was the second title. Mm-hmm. So now you put more importance into that title again. Right. You put more. Do you combine? I don't think you combine both Intercontinental and United States. I think you can, especially if you because to me, even if it's like a brand split, I still feel like it's not going to be a brand split. It's still going to be. I feel like a brand split. It's still going to have your respected people here, your respected people there, and all this other stuff like that. So I just say just keep the brand split, but just have the United States title has more importance on Raw because you got the champion that got one title, but he's on both brands. But now the United States champion title is the main title. The Intercontinental title on SmackDown has more importance now because it's like, well, everybody can't fight Roman for this belt, so now we gotta now you're gonna make more that title more important.
Because we all know like the plan now is they're unifying the tag team titles, which I been fucking said they needed to do,
and that's better for the tag team division.
Right, because now you have more, like not more emphasis on the tag team, but now you can have all the tag teams fight for one title. And they have a lot of, well, not gonna say they got a lot of tag teams, but I feel like the brand split from a long time ago, they had a lot of tag teams. They did.
But now they're kind of like, it's like limited. But like I said, even with that, like, now you have the the Universal title being one title, the tag team titles being now you got extra people. That's okay. We're not competing I'm not competing for the United States title. I'm not competing for the Intercontinental title. Why don't we join the forces, compete for the tag team titles? Like I saw the picture. And he had a picture of Ezekiel and Elias with the tag team titles. I was like, that would have been great if they could have somehow pulled that off.
Give Kevin Owens gets his flowers again, because
he's making that Ezekiel thing work.
The perfect person for this storyline is Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens and Ezekiel. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, Kevin Owens is the perfect person to that comic relief that you need for that bit. Even like Ezekiel's like, I'm Elias. I don't even feel like that was scripted. I feel like that was kind of off the
Bro, you should have seen my face when I looked at the screen like, is that Elias? Like, and then when Kevin Owens looked at me, Kevin Owens was like,
"You're Elias."
Elias?
My name is Ezekiel. Right.
He was like, no, you're Elias. I hate a liar.
Right. He's like, I'm looking at your eyes. You're the same.
Like, it's hilarious to see just how Kevin Owens is.
Yeah, but Kevin Owens gets worked up. That's like it's hilarious.
It is.
Oh, talk about him and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn not getting any flowers. That should have been a tag team champions long time ago.
I think that's going to happen. It's going to, before these two careers in the WWE is over, they are going to be tag team champions.
Right.
And it is going to be the funniest tag team of all time.
Right.
Like, they're going to be up there with Bayley and Sasha.
Right.
Like, the two of, like, can you just imagine if Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn are the men's tag team champions and Bayley and Sasha are the women's tag team champions and they cut like a promo together.
Yeah.
Like, they have the Ding Dong KO show.
Right. It's going to be hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
It's going to be hilarious.
Like, had a door,
right.
Ding Dong, and then they both, like, they have two different doors and they both kind of open the door and pop out like this. Like, you can't do wrong with that.
No. Oh yeah. Speaking of flowers, we feel like we cut this to the end.
Yeah.
Speaking of flowers, we want to give our I want to give my flowers to the man, Monday Night Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. The man is Mr. WrestleMania now. He is the new Mr. WrestleMania.
He is definitely the new WrestleMania, the new Mr. WrestleMania.
Mr. WrestleMania, and they don't know what to do with Seth Rollins right now. They really don't know what to do with this man right now.
They don't know what to do with Becky right now either.
Right. So, but...
Well, he's about to have his match with Cody, so...
Yeah, he's about to have a rematch with Cody, but like I said, as far as like title picture, Seth really hasn't really been in the title picture that. He's chilling. But like I said, man, Seth Rollins killed WrestleMania. Every WrestleMania has killed it since he's been headlining WrestleManias and stuff. Even like the first,
even when he's not headlining a WrestleMania, he's always like stealing the show.
You know what I mean? So I just want to give my respects to Seth Rollins, man. He's most definitely one of the greats. He's gonna, like, Roman Reigns is in this era is probably like the best. Mm-hmm. It's by far the best. Right next to him is Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Easily.
Before we actually do sign off, I want to speak on Stand and Deliver, but for one reason and one reason only. And this goes into night 2, the opening of night 2. Mm-hmm. Triple H. Triple H, I know we talked about it on the last episode, on the last video episode, we talked about it where, I was saying that I would love for him to do something at TakeOver.
No longer take.
Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver.
I would love to see him do something with NXT, okay? Yes. And he slightly did. We all know by now, you've seen Stand and Deliver. Ciampa lost his match, but Ciampa, as he was walking up the stage, Triple H came out, and it was kind of like that we weren't sure where Ciampa was going to go, if Ciampa was staying or if he was leaving, like if he was staying in the company or if he was leaving. Obviously now we see that he's got called up. And then night 2 starts off with Triple H, and he gets his send off, and he leaves his boots in the ring, and just
great man.
And
Great
then
man.
You seen he had his kids in the ring on ringside, and girl dad for sure.
Yeah.
And Cody talked about too, because they asked Cody, Ryan Satin was like, what what did you and Triple H say when y'all met? You know, I know, and Cody was like, I would never tell anybody what was said, but he's like, to me, it meant a lot. But to Triple H, it probably was just another day, you know, talking to somebody. But
it probably meant something to Triple H.
It probably did, but he's just looking at it from that picture. But man, just to see that Triple H was able to have his moment, you know, of that. And do you want to talk about the fucking Undertaker Hall of Fame speech before we end this? Because you never say
Bruh.
never. I heard him say that, and I was like, never.
Bruh. Nah, man. I think if he do, bro, I think it's gonna be something like when I'm just saying, if he come back, it's gonna be something like when he squashed John Cena, like a choke slam or something like that. He gonna do something real quick, in and out, you know, cause it's still like you. People got it that one time, that Undertaker, that dong, that you got it. It's like that one more. It's just he's gonna want one more.
Dude, I knew when he did his first off, his Hall of Fame speech. That's exactly why I said there shouldn't have been nobody else inducted in the Hall of Fame but Undertaker for this one, because the man had the ring set up where it was his suits, like his costumes right there, and then I've never seen a Hall of Fame speech where the man's walking around. Like Taker was walking around. Like he had the earpiece in and he was walking around doing this little thing.
Like he was doing a TED Talk?
Yeah, like he was literally sitting there like, hey man, like hey, over there, you know,
let me tell you guys something about wrestling.
Right. And then a lot of people, I know Mick Foley's daughter was upset because he didn't say anything about
Mick Foley. Right.
But then I look at it and I started thinking about it. I was like, well, Foley has been talking bad about WWE. Like he's been saying his stuff.
Talking shit, yeah.
And if there's one thing about Undertaker, he's a company man.
Right.
And he is in the foxhole with Vince McMahon.
Right. And
if Vince is like, fuck Foley, Undertaker's like,
shit, Undertaker was probably like, fuck Foley before Vince. Like, Vince was probably like, that's, that Mick, man, Undertaker's like, fuck him. Fuck him out,
but I honestly,
I should have killed him when I threw him off.
I honestly, I didn't see a problem with it. I know but when you think about it, I think that Undertaker acknowledged those who helped his career. Undertaker helped Foley's career. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because I think that Undertaker was at a point where he was good.
Right.
It was Foley who came in, and Foley is the Joker to his Batman.
Right.
We all know that. But I just feel like Taker didn't need Foley. Foley needed Taker.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Taker needed Kane. That's who he needed.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, with that, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. So yeah, so you good. You got everything out your system about Roman Reigns. Okay. Shit heavy, yeah.
This one is heavy.
Get yourself together. You ain't got it?
I ain't got it.
You got it? You want me to hold one for you?
I got it. I mean,
you got it?
Yeah. You already know.
I'll put my hand right here.
You already know.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yes.
That's it, guys. This is the Royal Club. Check us out on all streaming platforms. Just type in Royal Club Wrestling Podcast. And check us out on IG at RCW_podcast. I am the ace that runs the place, the podcast, Maharaja. And this is the podcast tribal chief, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE heavyweight universal champion of the world, the franchise. And we out.